this man and the other people like him are double invisible populations. They're deaf and they're immigrants, and a lot of the community doesn't see them, and I never thought about it before meeting him.
According to asylum law, you need to be a social group based on certain characteristics that can't be changed no matter what, and their deafness can't be changed.
These deaf immigrants face horrible conditions in their home countries. They're neglected by their parents, they're raped or sexually abused by their caretakers, they're targeted specifically by police because they're deaf and they can't scream for help.
It's humbled me to see people that have been tortured in ways that we can't even conceive of. If you've read any of the statements, if you know any of the stories of what these people have endured, and that they are positive and dignified and want so badly to follow the laws and be happy and help out others, they just set an example for me and for everybody else that works with them. And I'm grateful that they trust me. I met him at an immigration reform rally at a local church, and I spoke for a brief moment to the crowd, and afterwards he approached me and he asked me through gestures, because I don't know sign language, if he could come to see me. And I agreed, and I happen to have a friendship with a woman who is a dedicated American Sign Language interpreter dedicated to the deaf community, and I asked her to come to my office and interpret. And when I heard his story, I think my life changed, because I had no idea what a deaf person could face where they were not protected by the law and by the society. And as I learned his story, and then the story of his wife, and then through them many others came and told me their stories, I became to understand the severity and how widespread the persecution is.
I moved to Riverside because my goal was to have my children go to the Riverside School for the Deaf. It's better here for their education. In Mexico, there is no help. There are no teachers or interpreters for us. In Mexico, it is bad because the teachers don't respect us. The hearing school is combined with the deaf school, so the teachers talk to us deaf students, and we can't hear them. The teachers would get mad and hit us with our books, and the hearing students would just laugh. Here in America, the hearing people would make more money than me because I didn't have a social security number. I would like to help other deaf people coming to the United States to reach their goals.
In Mexico, the people that are deaf get teased, and there is no respect for them. They are laughed at, and they are pitied. The hearing people think that they can just call them names. There is no respect at all. People in Mexico need to learn to respect deaf people because there's no communication and no interpreters. It's really difficult. They think deaf people are nothing. I grew up deaf, and my parents were hearing, and there was really no communication. And they thought I was nothing. Then I came to the United States, and it was good. We need to help those deaf people that are still in Mexico and support them.
I turned and saw there was a man with a gun shooting in my direction. I did not know because I am deaf, and I could not hear the gunfire. This will always be a problem for me in Mexico, where gunfire is random and happens everywhere.
I was held at gunpoint many times. I was constantly victimized because I am deaf.
When I was 12 years old, someone raped me. This man was hearing, and he knew I would be easy to take advantage of.
This woman was being molested for years and years, and she finally met a guy who was here on a mission. Was in Mexico on a mission, part of a deaf mission, and he started communicating with her, and she was like, "You're deaf too? I didn't know there were other deaf people." And he's like, "Yeah." And then he starts teaching her sign language, and she realized she has a name, and starts speaking a language, and just learns all these new concepts for stuff. And this isn't like a magical sort of, "Oh my God, this happened to this one person, it's incredible." So many of our clients, just the language wasn't there when they're growing up, and now it is, and it's affecting the way that they process things cognitively to different degrees. We have at least one that's fully educated because his parents were rich, but many are not, and it kind of blows my mind personally because it's hard to imagine what life would have been like without language, and that's the life that many of them live every day.
With every success, I've grown more confident in this project, and know that if we all work together, then we can educate the public about what these people have gone through, and hopefully get more help for them and more relief.
Due to the massive amounts of deaf immigrants coming into Hadley's office, she has decided to create LEAD, an event that seeks to connect deaf immigrants with public services, job placement, financial literacy, immigration law information, and educational opportunities the immigrants can use. Besides those in Hadley's circle, the issue remains in the shadows of the public's eye.
What we do, even though we're trying our hardest, we know it doesn't mean that we're going to succeed. But I think even if we don't succeed legally, if we can succeed on a personal, domestic level, spread awareness, and hook up our clients with services to help them live, I think that I hope we can do something like that at the very least.
Due to Hector's bravery and Hadley's tireless work, the issue of asylum is becoming more widely known. Whether or not these people qualify for asylum isn't the issue, but whether or not America is ready for immigration reform.